Hello everyone, Treecks here, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons. I did not want to go into the portal. It's my own fault for actually trying to be fancy again, thinking I can actually start the episode in a funny way by walking around the portal. Failure on that end. But what we are not going to be failing at is actually continuing this game, hopefully. We are now in the Ancient Ruins, which is the 6th dungeon in Oracle of Seasons. We've done most of it. Pretty much the entire place has been explored. We are in the possession of the boss key, and we are currently making our way all the way to the top, as you can see. We still need to reach floor 4 and 5. And from there, we're going to be able to actually beat this place, because the boss is all the way at the top. And after that, we can actually get started with the most interesting part of this game, I feel. After this dungeon, it really starts becoming interesting, in my opinion. The first room after the mini-boss room is going to be a trap room, as you can see. Plenty of blade traps and arrows. We just keep on walking straight and jump, and these things are not going to be a problem. I can even join in on the fun by using my sword beams to throw around alongside with the arrows. Looks pretty funny, actually. Hey, come on! Don't spoil the fun. Oh, I can never be serious, can't I? And why would I? Otherwise it wouldn't be funny. This also looks pretty easy. Just jump over these rollers. And push the switch. Luckily, no pressure switch, therefore we can immediately go in. But in this room, things are going to be a bit more complicated, because... oh, it seems I got lucky. I got it on the first try. This is normally a switch where you can actually also get the wrong answer, you might say. Quote-unquote wrong answer. Then you're going to get bombarded by enemies. And then you need to try again, but... yeah, the first one is already the correct one for me, so... no enemy bombardment for me. And we can immediately move on to the next floor. Where a couple of wall masters are going to be greeting us. Remember, if they actually grab you, you return to the entrance of the dungeon. Also, shouldn't be too much of a problem, since the portal to the mini-boss is really close to here, so... don't worry too much if they grab you. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. As you can see, we have a couple of these beetles, but no hole to actually throw them in. Now we need to be creative. We actually need to use our magnet in order to push this ball onto them. And that way kill them. Very creative. Definitely. First, enemy killing time. That is usually the first thing you want to do. And then, puzzle time. We've got 3 moving orbs. And therefore this is not going to be easy. We need to hit all of them, but of course if we hit them again, they're going to be turned off again, so... Hitting this final one is definitely going to be tricky. But eventually you'll get it, just do some trial and error. And there's no way you won't get it eventually. Time for the next room. Trampoline. And some Stelvos Knights, but those are not going to be a problem for a whole lot longer. Now, colored tiles over here, so let's push it onto here. And see where this will lead. 5th floor. However, we are in a closed off section again, so not going to be able to continue from here. But we can actually take a look on where we do need to jump. We see a floor that is open to the right of us. So, what if we actually push it over there? Even though there's no colored tiles over there, but we can actually use our common sense to still figure out this is where we need to jump and actually be able to get up here. From here we were able to see a switch, so boomerang. Now something would have opened up on the left side of this room. We're not able to see it from here, but trust me. Now we need to actually go to the left part of the room. You are able to see it from the middle, of course, but there's no need to check that out. We can simply walk onto the stairs over here. Because of course a staircase forming will also mean it is visible on this floor. And that way we can actually continue towards the end. Push this block in order to get to the middle. Break the pots in order to find some healing. 2 fairies are in here, so pretty much impossible to actually not have full health while going in here. Boss number 6. So far we've been doing plenty of repeats in this game. A lot of old bosses. Today is not going to be any different. We're facing Manhantla, the famous plant monster from the very first game. Present in a lot of games. Especially noteworthy in Hyrule Warriors, if I do say so myself, but let's go see how Manhantla works in this game. You might say that just like in Hyrule Warriors, his weak point is going to be the boomerang. Do be careful, because you can only hit the heads the moment the mouth is open, otherwise it won't actually damage him. You can also hit the ones on the back by just directing your boomerang, of course. Also a functional way to actually get him. And then one by one we're going to be taking out his heads. If you look closely, you're already able to see what's actually hidden underneath. It's an interesting way to actually depict Manhandla that way. Let's talk about that in a minute, the moment we've got all of his heads. And preferably before he actually gets me. Once again, I'm already feeling I'm getting hit way too much. And there we go. And we will see that Manhandla is actually a giant buzz blob. We once again need to use our boomerang in order to open him up, you might say. Just hit him a couple of times. And then his heart will appear. And that we need to cut into pieces. And then we will actually receive the next heart container in the game. Increasing our heart total to 13. And that way have another classical Zelda boss defeated. The staircase will open up towards the final floor, the 6th floor, which is the top of this mountain. But here we actually receive the next essence of nature. Outside of the dungeon, technically. We get the blowing wind, an essence of nature. Sweet fruit is born when pollen is carried by the blowing wind. Time for some more words from the wise Maku tree. Say, Treecks, the blowing wind reaches me too. I dreamt of a cemetery west of Horon village. Could an essence lie there? To get there, find a way across the sea. Across the sea. We did not actually have to deal with any sea so far in this game. There's a lot less prominent sea in this game compared to Oracle of Ages. However, there is still a sea, southwest of Horon village. We did actually enter the west coast at some point. Also still a golden beast there, by the way, but... yeah, we now need to start looking for a way to cross the sea, apparently. First it is Maple time. Another cute little UFO. You dropped my medicine again, Maple. But this time I'm going to be fast enough. No rings, unfortunately, so go away. Let me check this tree. And this is going to contain a piece of heart. The moment I don't expect a piece of heart anymore, then it actually appears. I was all ready to actually start doing some grinding for this thing. Already mentally accepting, no, it's not going to happen during the Let's Play. And it still does. Okay, well, I'm glad that is out of the way. And then we can actually forget about all of the other gacha nuts. I suddenly don't care about those anymore. Even though I can still open them up for some rings. They might actually give me a unique ring or two, but... most of all, I just want to continue with this game, if I need to be honest, so... Let's just do that. Let's return to Horon village. Take a look-see at our good old friend Vasu. And see if he's able to actually appraise something unique for us. Chances aren't very big anymore, but still. Quicksand ring, that one we already have. Predictable. And the Zora ring, yeah, that one we definitely also have. Well, that is another Oracle of Ages ring after all. Well, nothing too spectacular here. Time for us to actually check out our baby. The one called Link. The one that is actually called Link, and not us. See if anything has changed by this point. Oh, wow. Looks like he grew up really fast. Let's go talk to his mom, because... see? Link has grown. Yeah, I can see. However, yeah. It looks like we actually get the shy variant of him. Because of the way we actually worked with him the moment he was sick. And the number of rupees we actually gave to his mom. He apparently grew up as a shy little boy. Probably not the best outcome that is possible, but yeah, in the end it does not matter. Like I said earlier, there's no reward for this. This is just for something extra, you might say. That's the whole reason why I didn't want to bother doing it in Oracle of Ages, but this way, in this game, I can still partially cover it, you might say. Time for us to move on. Quickly grab this Gasha nut that is close here. And then we can actually continue with the story. This one is not too far out of the way, so... And then it is time to actually continue with our story. We can actually check out the western coast. Try to go to this cemetery that the Maku tree talked about. But we'll find out there's indeed going to be a dead end. There's no way to actually go west from the west coast. We can only do that by crossing the sea. And for that we need to find a way to cross the sea. We did actually find the people who we're going to use earlier on. So you might actually already know what we're going to be doing here. But for now there's one little bit of context I first need to actually cover. And that is the eastern coast. Here in the eastern suburbs there's actually a log going south. And as you can see, that will lead to the southeasternmost area of Holodrum. We will not be able to find any way to cross the sea on the western coast. But we will probably find something here on the eastern coast. Which is of course also a sea. Perhaps here we can actually have more luck. Oh, Queen Ambi is here. Second time we meet you in this game. Still in Holodrum by the looks of it. As I stand here watching the sea, I recall him. Yes, that seafaring man. But a child like you wouldn't understand my feelings. Still waiting for the love of your life by the looks of it. You actually built an entire tower for him in the last game, but you're still not done with him by the looks of it. If we go even further east, we will actually find a gate. A pirate gate. And it looks like these are actually buttons that we can press, but nothing will happen if we do. The sign will say this is actually called the Samasa Desert. But by the looks of it, our pirate friends are actually blocking the way. I want to get back to me old mates and dig the ship free. But Captain said, don't come back till you find me Belle. Can't someone take me place? Yeah, I would actually be willing to do that, but it looks like the pirates are actually in the Samasa Desert. The ship actually got stuck. And we need to actually get them free. Because then we can perhaps use their ship in order to get us to the western coast. However, we are not able to enter the desert. What we need to do is actually find the pirates in a different way. And I think you know where we can actually find them. A ring. That is more promising. But okay, that's side quest aside. Which is technically not a side quest anymore. But let's go move on into Subrosia. Last time we were here, we actually found out there's also some pirates hanging around here. And how can that be, you may ask? How can the pirates be stuck in the Samasa Desert in Holodrum, but also be present here in Subrosia, in this house over here? The game will actually also say there's a vortex present here. Remember that. Well, this is where we're heading, the House of Pirates. And try to solve this mystery. How can they be in two places at the same time? This is going to be interesting. And allow me to already say, especially whenever playing a linked game. But here they are. We find vortex at the top of the building. But apparently this is where they actually are now being hauled up. The pirate theme is always so amazing in this game. But anyway, let's go talk to Captain. Useless fools! Can't someone find me Belle? I? You? I can see it in your eyes. You're a competent adventurer. Okay, go get it. Find me Belle. I'll be waiting. Oh yeah, this is also something I need to note. You can actually try to talk to the pirates earlier, but until you have beaten Chapter 6, he's not going to be finding you worthy enough. That I can already say. This is pretty much the game's way of making sure you're not able to do this before Dungeon 6. But it is also going to be important to talk to this pirate over here. Because watch what he will do the moment we actually talk to him. Aye, that's it. Nothing. Forget it. Arr, har, har. No, we actually don't want to forget this. This is actually the secret way into the Samasa Desert. Because if you look closely, you will see this will resemble the 4 buttons we actually saw at the desert gate. And the way this guy actually pressed these drawers, that is how we need to get into the desert. So, that order you just saw him do, remember it and make sure to be able to copy it the moment we return to the desert. Now, we will also see there's Subrosia in this house. How long do they plan on staying here? Not for long, sir. You will get your house back in a minute. For us, it's going to be easier to actually return to Holodrum. Now that we have access to this house, we will actually find a portal on this house. And this is going to be a very short way to return to Holodrum. If we actually step in here, we will find out we end up in this cave. And if you go in here, we will actually return to Horon Village. Which is perfect. Now we have a portal that actually directly leads into Horon Village. Got a ring, so let's quickly take a look on what that is. Maple's ring. I don't think I actually need to use that anymore. Actually brought that from the other game, so no need for that. Let's make sure not to forget my order. Return to the gate in the desert. And we can start looking for the captain's bell. Well, Ambi is still waiting for her love. Perhaps you have more luck while staring at the Holodrum coast. But okay, let's go get this guy out of the way. We are going to be looking for the bell. And you can actually leave. Because you might have seen he's actually very strategically placed before the 4th button. So before we actually talk to the pirates in Subrosia, we are not able to actually do this. Another sneaky way the game actually uses in order to make sure we don't do stuff out of order. But okay, with the guy now out of the way, let's go press 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 4, 4, 4. And what do you know? It is correct. And a new region opens up here in Holodrum. One of the final areas we actually did not see yet. The Samasa Desert. And we are going in here with a mission. We are looking for the captain's bell. Because we want to make use of his ship. And if we can actually get on his good side, just like in Oracle of Ages, he's going to be able to help us. It looks like his ship actually crashed in here. And how we actually ended up in Subrosia, we will actually also find out while going in here. Buried in the sand. The ship is completely stuck in the sand. There's also a soft soil spot in the desert over here. Every area has a soft soil spot, so also over here. Might as well plant the seeds now that we still have them. And continue exploring this place even more. We will actually see there's a chest on a higher ledge up there. Ow. Stupid levers. But anyway, this chest over here we see is not going to be accessible from here. There's going to be something else we need to do. That's something we'll be doing right now, if you don't mind. If we actually follow the coastline, we will actually find the first quicksand pit over here. Most of these quicksand pits we actually want to avoid, because you can get sucked in there. And it will count as an endless pit. But some of them are actually not endless pits. Some of them actually definitely have an end. And will lead to a secret cave, like this one. And if we check this cave out, I don't think it's going to be a very big surprise where this is going to lead. First, a small little 2D section, where we're going to be beating some cheeps. Back in the old days when Zelda enemies were still Mario enemies. And that is how we actually get up here. Nothing too spectacular. This ring we will actually appraise later on. It might actually be a unique one, since we actually get this one in a special way. But I guess we will find out later. Now, we need to go north in order to continue our search for the bell, but let's go check out the ship first. The ghost of a pirate will appear. As if these guys weren't ghosts enough. They were already skeletons. Ahoy! When I was searching the desert for the bell, I got caught in a sandstorm. I awoke like this. I can't go on to the afterlife. If you pity me, help me find that bell. My skull is rolling out in the desert. Find that first. Alright, looks like this was the pirate who was actually tasked find the bell. But he actually got killed. And now we need to find his skull, which is going to be somewhere in the desert. Luckily, I know where that somewhere is going to be. We need to go all the way to the northeast, and there we will find an oasis area. Right over here. And there we will actually meet up with the dead pirate skull. The dead pirate. We also see a cracked wall on the north wall, so might as well open that up. It is going to be a fairy fountain, so nothing too spectacular. But that way I can say I've at least opened it up. Plenty of fairies in here. Now, let's go talk to you. I've been waiting, matey. Now, let's go find that bell. Carry me around. I will tell you if I think we're close. Oh, this is going to be another sensor type minigame by the looks of it. We actually walk through the desert. And the skull is actually going to be indicating whether we are close. As long as he does not do anything, keep on walking. And at some point... Oh yeah, here we go. If we actually step over the correct pit, he will actually start moving. And that means that is the pit we need to fall into. That's it! No doubt about it. Yeah, but it does not look very well. A rusty bell. Will something this rusty do? Uh-oh. That is the captain's bell. But I hope that'll do. It is awfully rusty. Well, at least I can go to the afterlife now. The rest is up to you. Yeah, this bell definitely needs some cleaning up. Just giving it to the captain like this is not going to be good enough. We need to find a way to first restore this bell. Unfortunately, there's no restoration wall in this game, so we need to find a different way. I think we can think of something. This thing is made out of metal after all. What can we do with metal? That is going to be your homework for the next day. See you folks in the next episode. And Treecks out. Thank you for watching.